A song about him. It's from Henry IV, Part 2.
The volume needs to be turned up. Yes.
My volume, that was all
Your
mine.
volume.
Yeah. Do voices up. Here we go. There are some parts of town that are especially renowned for their lurid and flawless delights.
If you're looking for thrills or the cure for my ills, then you might come to these cheap some night.
If
By Jack falls down, you've been recommended,
then your evening will no doubt be splendid. But without his protection, upon close inspection, you might find your life is just ended.
one day in the spring on their way to the king, three men were reaching their goal. Though the thieves were not caught, it was widely thought that Falstaff knew more than he told.
The sheriff did seek a conviction, but Falstaff is friends of distinction.
The prince proclaimed that Falstaff and his gang
We're outside the law's jurisdiction. So next time you come down to this part of the town to partake of the color and charm, with the gold that you spend, bring a very large friend and pretend
that he's heavily armed.
to keep your life forces intact and to save you from any mishap. Just bear this in mind and you'll have a swell time. Be wary of Sir John Falstaff. Okay, Greg, could we have a little more volume on the voices? Yes, we know that. We know that. Okay.
Okay, people, I just want to remind
The Trist Forest, come on up. This is where
that this is
Shayla.
a one-off. It's just a one-off. It's the only opportunity that I have to hear this part. So, we're using the ears because we have two ears, one mouth.
The court was in an uproar, the king was in a mood. He called out for the Prince of Wales who was crawling in the stews. Did shame you bring upon the crown?
All to me, no more a burden did you be, were you mine own enemy?
And back at the boar's head we bring another round. Here's to the pockets we've emptied up in town. Here's to the princes, to the day he wears the crown.
Then came the time the rebels made a function birth. The king did make an army,
And the prince did lead him forth. The rebel force was routed. The traitors turned their tails. For steeped in blood the general lay slain by the Prince of Wales. And back at the boar's head we drink another round. Here's to the pockets we've emptied up in town. Here's to the prince, here's to the day he wears the crown. His victory on the battlefield did swell him up with pride. His honor proven welcome, he did at his father's side. But the king bade him no welcome, his words were cold indeed. A man has no more comfort than the company he keeps. And back at the boar's head we drink another round. Here's to the pockets we've emptied up in town. Here's to the prince, here's to the day he wears the crown. The king is dead.
as the sun doth rise and the winter turns to spring, and all around shall raise a
be fair, but it's so. And that's just the way that it goes. La 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 la. It may not be fair, but it's so. And that's just the way that it goes.
So that's how
We're going to sing one last song from Shakespeare, at least from that cycle. This is from I do it. Yes. These are all members of the Rhode Island Shakespeare Theater, which was my artistic home for like 10 years. This song is from it's the last song in Love's Labour's Lost, which is a silly play, but this is a lovely song. When icicles hang by the wall, and if the shepherd blows his name, and Tom wears logs into the hall, and milk comes frozen home in air. When logs in down ways we fall, then nightly sings a starry down. Choo it choo, a merry-o. Choo it choo, a merry-o. While the greasy Joan doth keel the pot, and all around the wind doth blow, and all the ground from horse and sow, and birds in blooming in the snow, and there is roses spreading all, and rosy crowds kiss in the bowl, and nightly sings a staring now, and nightly sings a staring now. To it to a merry note. To it to a merry note. One more time, that's just to it. To it to a merry note. To it to a merry note.
nice.
Thank you. Amy Hamish, you're out of here. What's next? Oh, we're going to do a song now from the Outcasts of Poker Flat, which was a collaboration that I had with Bob Colonna, who is not able to be with us tonight, and Rashid, who could not be with us tonight, but Amy Hanish, who created this part.
Oh, I did not.
Mother Shipton, you weren't the first Mother Shipton? Oh,
I was in
one of the productions.
Just take it,
Just do it.
But it's written, it's written.
Yeah.
Leather skin and bristling faces scratch me till I'm bleeding. Stinking bodies, coarse embraces, upstairs is open. Thank you, sir. You've been most kindly. Send the next one over. From downstairs, the whole night long, I can hear them sing that song. Think of the days when you were young, rest in my arms, my little one. Just close your eyes and think of home. Now you're with me, you're not alone. In the morning, aches and bruises, no pretty picture. My whole body limp and useless, though I'm somewhat richer. Just for once, I'd like to hear someone whisper in my ear. Think of the days when you were young, rest in my arms, my little one. Just close your eyes and think of home. Now you're with me, you're not alone.
Tom Rutherford is going to come join us now. Amy Hanish, that was wonderful.
And now on the other end of the spectrum comes Tom Rutherford.
This is from The Alchemist.
Yes, it is. Raising pigs and chickens, I'm a master well-renowned, and I can grow a turnip of a size that would astound. But ultimately there's no thrill in picking peach or plum. I'd gladly trade my hoe and plow so that I could become a gentleman of the sword. I live by my wits and skill. The days by me would thrill, so forceful and strong of will. A buckler, a squash, a knight, a table both round and square. My word would be law, they'd all stand in awe with me standing there.
I should jump in here to tell you what this song is about. This song is from The Alchemist, which is by Ben Jonson, and it's about a group of con artists who are taking in the locals and making them think that they can turn base metals into gold.
That one in particular was doing the best.
And he's going to come up in a minute and explain that all. But anyway, Tom is playing what's the name of the character? Kestrel,
Kestrel the Hawk.
Kestrel, okay. And anyway.
Or castor oil, I can't remember. A lot like olive oil, but bigger in hair.
We'll go on to the second. He's really hopeful that these alchemists are going to make him into a knight.
Thank you. I'd trade my cow and oxen for a stallion tall and white. I'd buy a suit of armor that's well suited for a knight. And those who would insult my name or spit upon my door will have to face the consequence they'd best be ready for. Oh, gentlemen of the sword, come challenge me if you dare. I'll properly barb your hair, clean down to your underwear. Lay out the heroic night of our rolling manly lord. The ladies will dance when they get the chance to look at my sword. But now that I've retired all my duties as a knight and gathered here with ageist friends on this auspicious night, a birthday bash with food and drink and lots to celebrate, and conversation with our friends that brings us up to date. Gentlemen of the song, harmonies in several parts. I sing, that's I sing fits and starts. We're gifted and honored friend, a pal to this motley throng. Let's all give a hand to this one-man band who lifts us with song.
That was lovely. Now, George Marcy Patridge is going to come up, and he's
And
going
explain
to.
what I just did.
These songs were kind of out of order, but there was a reason. George, do you want to introduce who you are as a character?
Well, all I have to say is that who here knows anything about alchemy in the 17th century? Not many of you guys are in trouble out here.
Go for it.
It's very simple. It's very simple. What takes 1,000 years by nature we can do in days. It's very simple. It's very simple. We simply imitate and navigate the course of nature's way. Take, on the one hand, a human exhalation. It's our materia liquida, if you will. And on the other hand, the soil of any nation. When put together, they are ready to distill. We put the mixture in a pot over a flame that's very hot. The heat is liberate and free the sulfur and mercury. And these two elements combine by way of nature's own design. We simply guide them on their way in a more scientific way.
It's very simple. It's very simple.
What takes 1,000 years by nature we can do in days. It's very simple. It's very simple. We simply imitate and navigate the course of nature's way. As nature first begets the crude and the imperfect. So we begin with a little more than common clay. Instead of waiting for eternity to work it, we use alchemistry to speed it on its way. This isn't sorcery, my friends. It's scientific to the end. The seeds are common to the ground. We merely cultivate them round with careful measurement and skill. All things to men are possible, and the result is more refined than any gold in any mine.
It's very simple.
It's very simple. What takes 1,000 years by nature we can do in days. It's very simple. It's very simple. We simply imitate and navigate, intensify and duplicate, and cleverly approximate the course of nature's way.
we are leaving the 17th century. And Sally, they're up, she's here. Sally Rogers is going to, Sally's very dear to do this. This is from a musical from The Velveteen Rabbit.
This song is from my 7th grade. I mean, it isn't, but it could have been.
Nobody likes me, no one invites me over to play. Am I too pretty? Am I plain? When I was brand new, I picked Gran to meet me that day. I'm your new neighbor, can I play? Animals that roar race across the floor, making lots of noise. Wooden ones and wind-up ones, an ordinary toy. Now I'm only fuzzy, I can't be buzzed or wound up with gears. I'm only sawdust, floppy ears. I wish that someone would think to come and take me away. I don't belong, I shouldn't stay. Fire trucks can clang, soldier drums may bang, good for playing rough. Clever toys, expensive toys, I'm just not good enough. I get so lonely, being alone is no fun to be. Nobody says, come play with me. Nobody says, come play with me.
In the same story, in the playroom, there's an old worn out toy. He's called the Skin Horse because he doesn't have any fur. How he has granted us the pleasure of his voice on this.
You're real when someone's taken you to heart. You're real when you become, when you're someone. You're real and you can feel it. You're real, your friends believe it. You're real. You're real,
It sounds wonderful.
and you'll never be the same. You're real.
Will it happen to me?
Somehow you've changed. Somehow you're special. You're real, and you can feel
start, but you won't mind.
Is it quick?
Sometimes it takes a long time.
You're real.
By the time you're real, most of your hair has been loved off.
You're real.
Even your eyes fall out. Though you're shabby, you're very happy. You're real, you might be tattered. You're real, it doesn't matter. You're real. You're real and you can feel it. You're real, your friends believe it. You're real. I want to be real.
Okay, it's break time. We have 20 minutes until the 9 o'clock show. So the bar is open, the drinks are free, the pizza's there. Please enjoy. Welcome amongst yourselves.
Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you're all admiring the cake. I know it looks a little bit like a guitar case. It looks a lot like a guitar case. And one of the people who made that cake is right here. This is Diana Ensor, my girlfriend. She's going to do a speech which is going to embarrass me. So before I do that, I want to embarrass several people who are here. First of all, my son and my daughter, Ben and Sarah, who are, where are they? Raise your hand, just wave. Oh, there they are. Here, come down here. Come down, just come here, come here. I have known Sarah since 2001, and I've known Ben since 2003, and they are just the most fabulous children anybody could have. And their mom, Lisa Billowitz, is here, over there someplace. There she is. And Ben and Sarah brought the liquor and the pizza. And no one needs to know that Ben is 20, but that's okay in Massachusetts. Well, Ben wasn't old enough, but Sarah is. So anyway, thank you for revealing yourselves. So please say hi to them.
So I wanted to explain how this happened because I had a lot to do with it. Stephen and I met online on OkCupid almost 6 years ago. Excuse me, I have a stutter, but sometimes if I say that, it's a little better. I liked that he rocked up on a bike, and I had a dog. And the dog's owner is here. And we had a super fun date, but very soon I realized that I'd have to rule him out as main squeeze because he's too short and too earnest. But he kept coming up with these really enticing date ideas, so I selfishly accepted the invitations. And I didn't feel too duplicitous as he was very clear that he was dating 2 other women. And also, my axe murder radar was indicating virtually no risk. And I found actually over time that I really looked forward to hanging out with him. So time passed and I grew extremely fond of the top of his head. And he made me laugh. And I often laugh with Stephen. But curiously, I can laugh at him as well. And he's not in the least bit offended. In fact, he encourages it. He joins in finding fun in the way he is in the world, which, as you all know, is funny. And who would not laugh at a 70-year-old radio producer who excitedly explains how he buys his clothes from the Husky Boys section of Land's End catalog? So I've done a little remodeling of the physical, and some of you may have noticed an improvement in the hairstyle, the footwear. He hasn't thrown away all the bad ones, but he no longer wears them. And the glasses, much better. And I've encouraged getting the knees injected with cortisone. And on the 14th of November, that campaign will continue with the installation of a fancy new knee on the right side. But I have left the perky, generous personality, wearing those jeans, the pale blue eyes, and the funny gait remain for all of us to enjoy, as we have done always. Last October, which is quite a while ago, Stephen turned 70, and he pleaded with me not to throw a party. Anything but that. It was very tempting, but I didn't. Anyway, so, time passed, and with the knees injected, we've been able to go on some lengthy walks, and on one such, Stephen decided we should pass the time by planning our funerals. He was a Boy Scout. He likes to be prepared for all eventualities, and death is relatively likely. I will not be attending my own funeral, so I don't care much about mine. That was a short conversation. Stephen, conversely, had elaborate desires for his interment. Not only did he want a selection of his compositions played, but he wanted them played by specific people, many of whom I had never heard of. The more he eagerly described the occasion, the more I realized that Sarah, Ben, and I would not be up to pulling it off. It also seemed beyond a shame to not have him there to witness it. To my surprise, when I suggested that he host his own funeral, the introvert we all know enthusiastically agreed. Kind of sort of makes sense. His childhood ambition was to be a radio announcer man, like they used to have. And he had been a performer all those years, and anyway. Oh, and another aside is you may wonder about the napkins. It's not terribly good lighting, but all the napkins have meaning. Stephen worked for 3 years spray painting various items in a factory in Providence. Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck nightlights, as well as Masonic accoutrements, which is why we have some Masonic napkins. And now he works at The World, and hence we have some global napkins. So, I hereby announce this is Stephen's bar mitzvah. It's his 70 añeros. It's his debutante ball. Or hopefully a very, very early rehearsal of his funeral. Hence the coffin. And I love him to death. So, thank you all for coming here to celebrate my Stephen and enable me to appreciate an important part of his life that I'm not well acquainted with. And after all, boys with guitars be sexy.
I struck it rich. This is a song, the idea being a kind of washed up guy in Hollywood is telling his story, perhaps in a senior center someplace. I wrote this when I was 22. I can't understand how I knew. In Silver City, round 21, I was spinning rope, I was twirling gun, just a cowboy at the county fair. At rodeos, I would do my stuff. I was quick and sharp, I was mean and tough, the best cowpuncher anywhere. Some movie mogul who liked my style said, "Come here, boy, let's talk a while." He would put me up there on the screen. There in Hollywood, I did stay. I had wine and whiskey and damn good pay. I did 2-reeler westerns, 3 at a time. I was an outlaw, I was a thief. My hat was black, so was my neckerchief. I'd steal the sheriff's horse, off I did ride. The posse'd chase me, they'd hunt me down. We'd shoot it out on the edge of town, and every single time they shot me dead. All those years, the cameras they did whirl. I never was the hero, I never got the girl. Barroom brawls were an awful chore. I was kicked through windows and shoved through doors. They broke whiskey bottles over my head. I was battered, I was abused. The leading man, he was never bruised. He took Miss Kitty on home to bed. Do 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 do. All those years, the cameras they did whirl. I never was the hero, I never got the girl. Some dark night, when the moon is low, I'm going back out there to the studio. Break inside, gonna wait for my man. I'm still quick, I'm still mean and tough. I'll show them fellas, sure enough. Got my 6-gun right here in my hand. This time I'm gonna get it right. Kill 'em clean in the broad daylight. This time it's gonna be for real. city round 21. I was spinning rope, I was twirling. I was twirling gun.
Now we're going to keep the show going if you're following your programs. The next person up here is Tom Meakin, and he's going to be right here.
So I met Steve back in 1979 when he and I were both writing theater, musical theater. We were both part of the BMI workshop in New York, and once a week we'd hop on the Amtrak, me from Boston, Steve from Providence. He was a sweet kid with a big Broadway dream. And that dream may come true yet, who knows. Anyway, so here's a sweet little song of his I've been happy to get to know called, well, I won't tell you the name of it, but here it is. Old stuffed chair, hand me down, graced our front room in Levittown. Grandpa bought it for his bride back in 1925. La-da-da. La da da, la da 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 da. Grandpa sat his last few days, old eyes watching things far away. We couldn't take him anywhere. No, he wouldn't stir from his old stuffed chair. La da da da, la da 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 da. The stuffing slips out now and then. We just patch it up again. It's in the corner by the fire. I like to sit there when I'm tired. Old stuffed chair.
Oh, Tommy Meakin. God bless him. Ed Sweeney is, no, it's Gil Hager. Gil?
What? Where? It would really help if you could try to, if you're talking, try to talk really, really softly, because it's hard for some people to concentrate, and they're complaining to me. Hey.
Joining Gil Hager is Ellen Santaniello, playing an important instrument, which is a remarkable instrument because it works in any key.
It works in any key, depending on who's playing it.
Greg, our sound man.
Close enough. Close enough for folks.
You're in.
Well, hello. I'm Gilby Hager. We've been friends a long time, Stephen and I. Sometime in, well, it was Thanksgiving weekend of 1975. A bunch of us hippies from Newport, Rhode Island, got in a car and drove up to Earth Audio Technique studio and made a record album with this guy, this young fella. And the last song on this album is the one we're about to perform. Am I right?
You are so right.
Okay. Move the music stand. Ah, there you are. Okay. Are we ready?
We are. Wait, Ellen, is your instrument tuned?
Yeah, it's always
Okay.
tuned.
Great.
Okay. Yeah, I told her what key it was in.
Excellent.
I heard you knocking at my front door this morning. I heard your clever fingers trying to pick the lock. I heard your mind discussing the pros and cons of breaking in by force. My friend, this song's for you. Please give up. Has it occurred to you that I'm like being here all by myself? That these old nasty blues I got get worse around someone else? I value my right to privacy and I like to be alone. So take your good intentions and go home. Has it occurred to you that I like being here all by myself? These old nasty blues I got get worse around someone else. And I value my right to privacy. I like to be alone. So take your good intentions and go home. Thank you very much.
And now we're going to have Ed Sweeney join us. Actually, Ed has his own. Yeah. He's got a nice. Ed has custom work done.
Nope. I can forget the words just easily.
Ed was a folk musician in Providence. One. Ed is a folk musician in Providence. I was a folk musician in Providence. Ed and Kate and I took a plane to the islands doing auditions for summer gigs. It was frightening. It was a very small plane.
And in those days, I was such a nervous flyer, you know, so my hands were just, it was like Niagara Falls, my hands. So what do you want to say about this song that you...
I don't know what this song is about exactly, but it's about trying to find yourself, trying to find strength, trying to find a way forward. It's called Right Foot Out.
I put my right foot out. I let my left one follow. I put my right foot out. I let my left one follow. I put my right foot out. I put my right foot out. Couldn't walk away. I came to a door today, but I could not open it. I saw a door today, and I could not open it. I put my right foot out. I put my right foot out. Couldn't walk away. Oh, Mama, pick me up. I want to learn to walk away. Oh, Mama, pick me up. I want to learn to walk away. I put my right foot out. I put my right foot out. See me walk away. Put my right foot out. I let my left one follow. I put my right foot out. I let my left one follow. I put my right foot out. I put my right foot out. And I walked away.
Andrea Ehrenreich. I asked Andrea to do this song because it is a very hard song, and Andrea can handle it.
Half a dozen wedding pictures in a dusty dresser drawer. Only children, she's a beauty. Wonder what she's crying for. Holy Father in a collar with a gift for invocation. Feel the power, feel the glory. He was worth the price we paid him. Pachelbel and the hail of rice in my ear. We drove off to an old hotel at the quiet end of the year. Half a dozen wedding pictures, good to look at now and then. Two young strangers playing lovers, wonder what became of them.
And now, the only one who could follow that are my oldest musician friends.
I don't know if we can follow that.
Richard Wilson and Molly Milner. I met them in 1968. Molly was the keyboard player in Richard's band, and I aspired to that position. And eventually, Molly left the band. I got to play. Let's okay, yes, we need
Okay, yeah, we need that.
we need the guitar mic over there.
Let's see it. Here, we can use this one now, I think. That works.
Okay, so Richard needs a oh, are you plugged in?
He's
Ugh. So this song I wrote in 1972, and I put it on a reel-to-reel tape and sent it to Richard, who was in Tennessee at the time, and he learned it. And apparently he played it for many years as a professional. And I didn't know that. And I wasn't charging royalties, so...
Oh, you didn't cash that check.
I could be a rich man.
Richard, can you see it?
Nah, whatever, I'll fake it.
Do you remember?
But where we played this song, in what, 76 or so, we played this as the last song. We were doing disco at the Hong Kong Hilton.
not me.
Get down tonight. Anyway, and at the time, the bar owner wanted us to bring it down instead of bringing the energy up. So we did this song. Probably, we did that for 2 years, 300 nights a year.
Wow.
And I forget how it goes. How does it go?
Let's start that again, because it deserves it. 1, 2, 3, and.
Guess it's time to call it a day. Things going my way. Hey, look at the sunshine. I think I picked it and gone ahead. I'm feeling so fine. And maybe an hour or two, I'll be singing. Maybe I'll smoke that joint I've been keeping for such an occasion. Life is just as good as you make it. I'm gonna take it for all that I can. I guess it's time to call it a day. Things going my way. Look at the sunshine. I think I'll quit now while I'm ahead. Go home to bed. I'm feeling so fine. And maybe an hour or two, I'll be sleeping. Maybe I'll smoke the grass I've been keeping for such an occasion. Life is just as good as you make it. I'm gonna take it for all that I can. We get to play that song every 30, 40 years. So thanks for having us.
More like 50.
Last song in this set. Thank you. The last song in the set is going to be from a musical that never got produced, which is kind of sad, but because we had some good songs in it.
Well, I thought you were my lover, but you've been running around with others every night. Isn't that right? I hope you don't abuse your ego, but I just don't care where you go at night. Isn't that right? Do you want to make kiss and make up? I never wanted to wake up. I'm not buying your lies. Stop denying it. Isn't that right? Yeah, isn't that right? It don't take a Spanish Inquisition to prove all my suspicions I'm right. Isn't that right? I raise my hand and holler about that lipstick on your collar, all right. Isn't that right? I don't need to hear it no more. Don't try to deny it, 'cause I know you're not missing my kiss, and now listen up. Isn't that right? Well, I don't have to be a genius to see there's nothing left between us. I've known there's something left, no, darling. I'd rather hurt you than feel the hurting. use me, stop using me. Isn't that right? Yeah, isn't that right? Tell me one more of your lies, and I'll put out both your eyes. I just might. Isn't that right? Well, I don't see no use in scolding about that someone you've been holding so tight. Isn't that right? I tried to be open-minded. Did you think I was deaf, dumb, and blinded? What you do's up to you, 'cause I'm through with it. Isn't that right? I say, isn't that right? Yeah, now isn't that right?
Break time. I can't believe it. We're
Cake
actually on
time.
time. So, thank you so much. We're gonna have a 20-minute break. At 10 o'clock, we're going to have the summation, the folk music, the real thing, songs from. Who cares? Thank you so much. At what point are we doing the cake? I think that's an important thing, and I know we can't cut the cake because it is beautiful. It is entirely edible. Every bit of that cake, the leatherette, the hardware, the bumper stickers, it's all edible. And Annie, are you here? Annie, can you come up? Where are you? Annie, come up and take a bow. Diana and Annie designed and built this cake. They spent the better part of a week making it. They insisted on duplicating my guitar case, and they replicated it perfectly. We didn't have the bumper stickers and the labels until this morning. They came in the mail because they came from a frosting company in California.
We'd like to apologize for the lack of duct tape. And we didn't bring the actual guitar case because then you'd have seen it was more worn out, and it's really hard to do that. It's really hard to show bits of plywood.
Yeah.
But we did our best.
And so you did. So when is the serving of the cake?
Well, you tell us.
It could be now, or it could be.
Well, then we all need to sing.
Okay.
Right. Okay. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Last October. Happy birthday, dear Stephen. Happy birthday to you.
All right, there's cake and there's ice cream, and it's going to be figured out shortly.
Now?
Now.
Okay, so now the cake will die.
Who's next?
Diana, you have your ice cream.
Go for the neck.
Go for the neck?
Because the neck is better.
Is it chocolate?
Is ice cream to go with the cake. And the cake isn't that good, so it is better with ice cream.
Sometimes on a Sunday, me and my friends-in-law, we congregate at the bar. Someone buys a round and we pick up our glasses and establish just how far each of us gone. With a belly full of red-eye gone, on the way to reward, sipping and chewing, communing with the Lord. Was younger, that incredible summer when we drank up all the beer. All of us in leather, we was all in it together.
One of the ways I made a living as a musician was to teach. I would teach, I would perform, I would write, and teach and perform and write. And I could make a living that way. It was pretty good. And the Rhode Island State Council of the Arts made my life livable. They sent me around to elementary schools where I would teach children how to write songs. Now, if you've ever taught a third grade class, you know that they need a little guidance. So you say, what's this song about? Is it about an animal or a vegetable? Because they know both of those things. And so they would kind of split down the middle. This class, the third grade class, Mrs. Kearney's third grade class at the Mary E. Fogarty School in Providence, they wanted to do an animal, and they decided that it was going to be a gorilla. I don't know why. They said that the gorilla lived in West Africa. It was plain wrong, but it's in the song. That the gorilla hung out with tigers and honeybees and swung on Tarzan vines, and I know it was not politically appropriate, but they loved it. So, yeah, and then they said, and this is the sound that the gorilla makes. E-E-E-E-E. Okay, so we would put it together, we'd rhyme it, we'd tighten it up a little bit, and we came up with this song. It went like this. In the jungles of West Africa, there are a lot of trees. There are lions, there are tigers, there are yellow honeybees. But the happiest of creatures who swing on Tarzan vines are the monkeys and the baboons and a noisy friend of mine, the gorilla. E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E. Yeah, the gorilla. E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E. The gorilla. E-E-E-E-E-E-E-E. The gorilla. E-E-E-E-E. The gorilla runs from hunters who would shoot him with a rifle. At 100 miles an hour, he escapes on his motorcycle. He drives into the city and he buys gorilla clothes, goes to the monkey movie and trips over his toes. The gorilla. The gorilla. The gorilla. The gorilla. went to study at the breakdancing school. He read some books, he dived and swam and acted wicked cool. He did the moonwalk, spun around on his head and hands and tail. He jumped into the ocean, went breakdancing on a whale. The gorilla. The gorilla. The gorilla. The gorilla. Thank you. And now I'm going to invite up Kate Katzberg, my longtime singing partner, and Ellen Santaniello, who agreed to join us on this particular tune. One of the other things I used to do is I did jingles. I did commercial jingles, and one of my least favorites, but I got paid for it, was Cumberland Quality from Cumberland Farms, a convenience store, and so much more. It's your Cumberland Quality from Cumberland Farms. Thank you. It is pure art.
It's pure art.
Pure art.
Here we go.
Thank you. Okay, we're going to do a song now based roughly on the experience of Cumberland Farms. Do we have lyrics? Do you need lyrics?
Oh.
Do you need them?
I don't.
I got them here. You can say whatever you want.
Oh, yeah.
Ellen is going to perform a part that originally was originated by Kate, but Ellen really wanted to be part of this, so we're giving her the role of the, here we go. Wow. Yeah.
Old Mr. Spears had a store on the corner, and he ran it the old-fashioned way. He knew us by name, knew our fathers the same, and he gave us red licorice on every birthday. He sold more things than you can imagine. Not an inch of his store was in use.
Every inch was in use.
Everyone. He sold second-hand books, ropes and grappling hooks, as well as bologna, milk, bread, and orange juice.
But they tore down his store on the corner and built a new place with burglar alarms. Mr. Spears is no more. There's a shiny new store from Rebecca of Cumberland Farms. Now Rebecca's new place is quite spacious. You can walk up and down her wide aisles. At the checkout she stands, takes the cash from your hands. If you spend enough money, she might even smile. But she won't cash your check if you're hungry. If you loiter, she'll call the police. She's got no use for books, ropes, or grappling hooks, so she sells only milk and American cheese. And they tore down his store on the corner and built a new place with burglar alarms. Mr. Spears is no more. There's a shiny new store from Rebecca of Cumberland Farms.
I'm sorry, but I can't cash your check. It's against the store policy. I'm sorry, but your ID, it says it's you, but it's expired. You're not expired, but your ID is, so we can't take it, sorry. No checks, no money orders, no coins, no stamps. Okay. Thank you. I have never performed this song. The bands are playing, swing and sway. Every college boy has got to make his own way. Yes, I think we found our funk. 50 years since the country sunk. Early this morning, they cut the lights. You know, my landlord, he killed the heat last night.
Really?
I think we finally hear just what we've needed all these years. Mom and Dad, they talk about that suffering slump, about the time they lost $1, nearly starved for a month. How Grandpa worked on the power dam and he planted trees. How Jolson put on blackface and got on his knees. The soup line forms over there on the right. You know, they tried to shoot a Rockefeller last night. Yes, I think you found our funk. 50 years. 50 years. A basket full of dollars buys a can of beans. All my friends, they stay in bed just to preserve their dreams. And businessmen, they're jumping from the 13th floor because there ain't no dealing to be done no more. Gambling gangsters in big black cars, ragged old gentlemen with used cigars. Yes, I think we found our funk. The bands are playing, swing and sway. Every college boy has got to make his own way. Yes, I think we found our funk. 50 years since the country sung.
You can go away now. All right. This is the title song of our one and only album. It's called Atomic Love. It was an exercise in writing a love song between two nuclear reactors. You were the one for whom I'd waited. Across the room you irradiated. There with my coat and my tie on, I was bombarded with ions. We met the next day. It was elating. We traded x-rays and carbon dating. You were so ripe for the picking. My Geiger counter kept right on clicking. Your touch was tingling. Was it illusion? Could this be love? Or was
it just fusion? We planned an evening with no distractions. We started breeding a chain reaction. Oh, how our hearts they were beating. Most of our moving parts overheating. Bells clattered, sirens screamed holy terror. They shut us down. Mechanical error. It wasn't fair, but I'm no complainer. At least we'll share the same lead container buried out here neath the heather. Spending our half-lives together, knowing our love will forever glow. Now I'm going to invite up one of my favorite all-time folk singers. He doesn't live in Rhode Island. He lives in Seekonk.
Carpetbagger.
So I've known Bill since 1980.
I think. I don't know,
And
Florentine Fair, maybe?
Yeah, that's right. So this song happened just as Bill was coming to Providence. Our mayor, God rest his soul, Buddy Cianci, was having some trouble with the union around collecting the garbage. And so Kate and I got to be on the radio to write this song in real time with Rhode Island listeners.
It was beautiful.
And now Bill takes it from here.
Okay, so now I just do want to say, although Steve is the king of deflection, I wouldn't be doing what I have done in my life if it wasn't for Steve. Steve produced my first 4 recordings. He was the one who told me that song is too long, you need to cut out 2 verses. And he's just a huge influence on who I became, and so I'm happy to be here. And this has a chorus for you. I'm just going to sing the chorus the first time so you get the hang of it, although a lot of you know it. And then when it comes around again, you can sing it, and just go ahead and sing it with harmony or not, or jazz, or whatever. It goes, since Buddy Cianci is clean out of cash, there's no one collecting the Providence trash. Shall we rehearse? So when we, released the album, they said, how did they sing so well right there? Since Buddy Cianci is clean out of cash, there's no one collecting the Providence trash. 6 o'clock, it was sunrise. I awoke, opened my eyes. My sleeping was far from complete. There was something the matter. The cans didn't clatter as the garbage truck rolled down the street. Then I took a look out my front door. There my barrels and bags stood like the night before. This would be your part. Since Buddy Cianci's clean out of cash, there's no one collecting the Providence trash. Thank God that it's cold. It'll slow up the mold. Keep the cold smell down until May. And all through the winter, dogs go out for dinner. We can stow all the alcohol away. Though I scream and complain, it's no use. I just want to stop here for the next line, because I would like to point out I have never heard a song that uses the word steadfastly or that uses the same word in 2 different ways. They steadfastly refuse to pick up my refuse. Since Buddy Cianci is clean out of cash, there's no one collecting the Providence trash. Now the mayor, he does talk about cleaning the sidewalk, but he ain't done nothing so far. Since we're knee-deep in awful, it's perfectly lawful to cram all the stuff in our car. We could drive down Blackstone Boulevard, forcibly compost the mayor's front yard. Since Buddy Cianci's clean out of cash, there's no one collecting the Providence trash. Let me scroll here. Since there's no city dollars to clean up the squalor, we'll have to appeal to the state. If the governor says no, there's still one place to go to unburden ourselves of this waste. Use the toilets to flush it away, then get federal assistance to clean up the bay. Since Buddy Cianci is clean out of cash, there's no one collecting the Providence trash. Since Buddy Cianci is clean out of cash, there's no one collecting the Providence. One more time. Since Buddy Cianci is clean out of cash, there's no one collecting the Providence trash. Steve Snyder.
Thank you, Bill. Beautifully done. You stay.
All right.
We only have one more song to do, and it's a very important song to sing. And I want everyone who has an instrument or a voice who would like to be part of this to join us. It is the Rhode Island song, not the one Bill wrote, which is awfully good. This one, if nothing else, was inspired by John Campbell, who died last year. He was the saltiest and deepest feeling of Rhode Island singers and composers. And so I'm going to kind of channel him on this. This was after the Wall Street Journal wrote a disparaging article about Rhode Island. We thought it deserved a reply. It says in the Journal from Wall Street, Rhode Island is tiny and odd. Compared with the rest of the Union, it's a smudge on the road to Cape Cod. It's a smudge on the road to Cape Cod, my friend. A smudge on the road to Cape Cod. Compared with the rest of the Union, it's a smudge on the road to Cape Cod. Let's play that melody now.
Spectacular sunsets and a rising red tide on the bay.
There's a rising red tide on the bay, my friend. A rising red tide on the bay.
With Newport spectacular sunsets and a rising red tide on the bay.
Take it away, Kate.
We got all they say that we ain't got no culture. But get in your auto and drive. There's the School of Design Art Museum and an insect on Route 95.
There's an insect on Route 95, my friend. An insect on Route 95. There's a School of Design Art Museum and an insect on Route 95. Want it?
They say they were slow and lethargic, but it takes reflexes and nerve to handle the 5 p.m. traffic Around Thurber's Avenue curve.
Around Thurber's Avenue curve, my friend. Around Thurber's Avenue curve.
To handle the 5
Traffic.
around Thurber's Avenue.
One more instrumental chorus around. Bum, bum, bum.
Nice Rhode Island accents.
We're smaller than Florida or Texas, but freer than either of those. We can teach about sex education while wearing non-binary clothes. While wearing non-binary clothes, my friend. While wearing non-binary clothes. We can teach about sex education while wearing non-binary clothes. New York, it has got the Big Apple, and Florida has oranges sun-kissed. But only Rhode Islanders grapple with cogs the size of your fist. With cogs the size of your fist, my friend. With cogs the size of your fist. But only Rhode Islanders grapple with cogs the size of your fist. Okay, folks, you stuck around to the end. You are just the most amazing, amazing friends. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, settle down, settle down. You're gonna what? What? Okay, an important announcement. We have 15 untouched pizzas. So please go over to the food table on your way out and take a pizza. What? Take two. Okay, thank you very much. You're the best.